All right, hi ladies. So we are so excited to be celebrating wellness and beauty today. I'm joined by my friend Roseann Puzo, who I actually met competing back at World's Perfect Miss in 2013. Roseann is founder of Glam by Lady Puzo, and she's just going to be answering some basic beauty tips that will certainly help you all prepare, not only for your next pageant, but to just look a little bit more glam for everyday life. So, Roseann, let's just dive right in. What would you say are beauty musts that our contestants should be thinking about prior to a pageant?
First of all, skincare, skincare, skincare. I cannot stress skincare enough. You want to keep in mind, regardless of the fact if you are doing your own makeup or if you're hiring a makeup artist to do that for you, we can only do so much. We're not miracle workers. So your first line of defense is going to be to perfect your canvas as best as you possibly can. And that really starts with a proper skincare routine.
Great. No, definitely some fabulous tips there. Now, I find that a lot of newer contestants are wondering, like, what is the difference between interview makeup and on-stage makeup, especially for those contestants that are in maybe a community-based pageant and are doing their own makeup?
So, I'm really glad you pointed that out because it is very important to differentiate that based on the system. Some systems use full glam stage makeup for their interview as their interviews are on stage, but in a more a natural based system such as Miss USA or the Miss America system, you want to keep the interview makeup as just a more put together version of you. So you don't want it to be super glam like stage makeup, but you want to just basically enhance your natural beauty, enhance your features so they pop, but just still looking like put together, clean, and gorgeous.
All right. Now, many times, I know obviously it's preferable to be able to hire a makeup artist. What advice would you give to contestants when they're communicating with their artist?
Well, in communicating with your artist, I think it's very, very important, first and foremost, to know the type of look that the system you're competing in is going for. So again, for example, I have a really heavy background in World's Perfect Woman. So that's a very glam, super glam look. Again, in the Miss America system, you would go more natural because they go for more of that girl next door look. So the artist really knowing the type of vibe that the pageant is trying to project, that's a very important, thing to communicate. And it's your first and foremost, because you don't want to go there looking not age appropriate or looking way too overdone or too underdone, because that's going to throw all of your hard work off. The makeup really is just the icing on the cake, so to speak.
No, definitely. And for those of you who are listening and don't know, Roseann was World's Perfect Woman in 2018?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, she was your World's Perfect Woman 2018. So I'm curious what advice you would give to our title holders that are doing a lot of appearances. They're out in the community. Maybe they have to do a quick touch up. How can they still look the part, look like a queen when they don't have you or another makeup artist with them?
I think the most important thing, and I understand not everyone is super adept at doing their own makeup, but I think one of the most important things to understand is that you don't need to look full Kardashian glam everywhere you go. Perfect case in point, if you're doing like a breast cancer fundraiser walk, probably going in there at that level of glam is going to have a lot of people staring at you. So I think what is important to do, and with such great resources at our fingertips these days, even if you're on a super budget, you can always go on YouTube, check out some tutorials. Everyone should really know a very basic makeup application for everyday, like career kind of look. And I think that would serve your purposes very well for, appearances. And then you can adjust accordingly. Of course, if you do have, a little bit more funding, what I would suggest doing is booking an appointment with your local makeup artist for a one-on-one, and you guys can start with that basic application, and then you can always build on top of that, and they can show you how to properly apply everything.
That's awesome. Now, I know you have a pretty active Instagram. You mentioned YouTube. Are there certain artists that you think our viewers might like watching for makeup tutorials?
So instead of sticking to one, because I find that a lot of the YouTube artists tend to go exactly what the viewers want to look at, especially, our younger viewers want to see that full glam look, and they tend to go that route. So what I would do, especially if you're looking at a variation, I would go to the brand YouTube channels. So you want to go to like, you know, MAC, Sephora, Chanel, and the brands usually roll out their campaign for the season. So you can kind of get a taste of like different looks. And that I prefer also for the fact that the artists are from all around the world. So you get a taste of like everyone's individual style, because ultimately not every, Jackie, even you and I as well, like as we talk, like we have a very different like version of like what we like to go out in. So that being said, I think, you know, watching individual artists and how they apply things, like for example, like the French girl look, which is a super popular, it looks very low maintenance, and it's super popular around the world. That's something that, you know, you may want to look at some foreign artists and see how they do that. And that translates really, really well into like a classic everyday look for you as well.
Great. All right. So what are some of the biggest makeup mistakes that you see?
Wow. Okay. So definitely not properly blended product. That's first and foremost. And that could be for a number of reasons. That could be for not using the proper tools or just, you know, lack of experience, lack of time, which is why I usually tell girls, if you're headed to an appearance, you know, less is more. You want to just look like yourself, but better. So for me, I really feel skin is, again, of utmost importance. You want that perfect, flawless finish, and you just kind of want to look like a beautiful airbrush version of yourself. After that, you throw on a little liner and mascara, you throw on a nice lip, you realistically could run out the door with that. I wouldn't do more than you are comfortable with. Number one, timing wise, like it does take a considerable amount of time to perfect that look. Secondly, again, it's an expertise thing. So I really think that, you know, take tools into account, especially if these are things you're going to be doing, especially for a queen, you are going to be making those appearances. So investing in proper tools and proper product will serve you well.
No, absolutely. I think like one of the biggest mistakes that I see are that people try to use those tiny little sample brushes and instead, you know, a makeup artist, and if you're going to be successful, you're using like a full set of brushes.
Right. My mom is the #1 perpetrator of that. She still uses the tiny brushes that come with the blush. And I'm like, Mom, we need a real brush here. Let's go.
We can only get so far with a brush that's this big.
And hence, that's why you get the tiny like war paint streaks on your cheeks, because your brush is this big. It's the size of a doll, so not a person. So you want to take that into account too.
Great. Okay, so one final question for you, and that's just, what are your favorite products, both for makeup, skincare, brushes?
Okay, so skincare, I have a few, and we can go high and low end because I just really feel like that is, again, everyone's first line of defense. For people with, you know, dry skin, I highly recommend Tatcha. I know it's a little pricey, but it's very, very worth it. And a little product goes a long way. Sephora does offer it in sample sizes as well. So if it's something that you want to try out, that's something that, you know, grab the little pint size, or you can stop in for a sample and see if you can like that. Another brand I highly recommend is Drunk Elephant. They're a clean brand. They are cruelty-free, which I'm a huge, huge fanatic of. Tatcha is the same, clean, cruelty-free. Another brand I recommend as well would be First Aid Beauty. And they have a lower price point, but you're still getting a really good quality product. On the drugstore side, there is a really good hydrogel cream. I've tried a few. Neutrogena makes a good one. It's a gel cream, very much I could recommend to dry and oily skin, especially if you are oily. You want to stick away from the oils and kind of stick to your hyaluronic acids, which are going to draw water into your skin. Now on the cosmetic side, of course, you know, things are, you know, on a personal basis, but I really do like, there's a few. I'm actually really in love. White Beauty has a new foundation out. It's kind of a whipped, foamy kind of texture, and I am absolutely in love with it. The finish is absolutely flawless. Anastasia, love her foundation as well, believe it or not. For appearances, you cannot go wrong. The Naked Skin by Urban Decay leaves a really nice, like, real skin finish. And then of course, everybody's favorite Fenty. They have a hydrating and a regular matte formula as well. So depending if you're oily or dry, you can, you know, work with either of those formulas. On the eyeliner, my top two, you definitely can't go wrong with Kat Von D. I mean, it's tried and true. It's an Allure Beauty winner for a reason. The Sex Kitten liner by Tarte Cosmetics, that's what I'm wearing right now. I absolutely love it. It's got a great inky color. As far as eyeshadow, there's a lot of really, really great palettes out there. Of course, my tried and true Anastasia, the formula has just got better and better over the years. I absolutely love them. Huda Beauty, very, very impressive as well. So definitely check those out. And then recently, if you want something, if you're kind of a like throw it on and go girl, Tarte Cosmetics released, they have their like Sea Glass and like Rainforest of the Sea line, which is, you know, water based and aqua based. They have these really amazing cream shadows. They're sparkly. They give a gorgeous, it's just kind of like, especially for summertime, like throw them on. They're on all day. They don't move, just like wear and go. Those are big favorites of mine, because that's another thing too, is like you want to make sure your application lasts because you are going to be wearing it all day.
Great. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with all of us. I'm just curious, for those that would like to continue following you and your journey, where can they follow you?
So I have my Instagram. It's at Lady Puzo, MUA. And then you can follow my other page as well, which is at Ropuzo, ROPUZO. And you guys can reach out to me there with any additional questions you may have, and I'm more than happy to help you out.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.